Hello, this is Skylit Lake reading Do You Even Live Bro by Orphan Account. No way, Kirishima shouts, slapping Midoriya on the back of his tan but coated in freckled shoulder. Midoriya laughs, feeling sweat drip down his bare back and the burn of hot sand on his feet. I wasn't kidding, Midoriya promises. There's no way. No offense, but you're pretty short, Kirishima points out, and it's true that Midoriya is one of the shorter boys in their class. He definitely doesn't have Ida's height, let alone Shoji's. That makes it pretty unbelievable. Height has nothing to do with this. Plus, I can prove it. Midoriya grins, looking around to see if he can spot a willing victim. He eventually looks directly back at Kirishima. Raising his eyebrows, he asks, "How about it?" Kirishima shakes his head. "You're gonna drop me, man." "Trust me." Midoriya punches him lightly in the arm. "The sand wouldn't soften the fall even if I did. Come on." "No way. What if we ask, Kirishima scans the crowd much like Midoriya had prior, only with far more confidence to actually ask someone. Their whole class was at the beach with them today, after all. "Kaminari?" Midoriya suggests. Kaminari is one of Kirishima's friends, so he might be willing. "Ashido," Kirishima says instead, but the two they'd suggest are invested in a game of beach volleyball and are really into it. It would not be easy for either of them to be pulled away. Midoriya sighs. "Uraraka, maybe?" Kirishima gives him a look. "The girl can release the effects of gravity on herself, and you want me to trust that as proof you can lift? Fuck no." "Ida?" Midoriya says, before blanching as the guy in question ran in front of them yelling, "No horseplay in the ocean, Tokiyami. Jiro, wear your goggles properly. Minato, what did I tell you about not untying the girls' bikinis? Come back here, I'll..." Probably not. Then the both of them see very clearly where Todoroki and Yoruzo are lounging under her umbrella together. Todoroki with his hands dangling in the cooler of drinks to keep the ice from melting in the sweltering heat. "Aren't you and Todoroki buds? Go ask him." Kirishima starts shoving Midoriya towards the couple. "He's busy," Midoriya protests. "Hey, aren't you and Bakugo friends? Why don't we ask him?" "What do you think he'd say?" Kirishima raises his eyebrows skeptically. Bakugo is currently waving his arms like crazy, screaming at the crab that latched onto his fingers with a vice grip and is not letting go. If not for Bakugo's innate kindness, what little of it there was, the crab would be long gone, exploded into oblivion. Midori is convinced that it won't happen now, considering how he's shaking his arm and screaming "die," intermixed with a lot of fuck and "god fucking damn it." So it's pretty clear what his answer would be. Point taken. Midoriya scrunches up his nose. "I like being unexploded killed." "So ask Todoroki. The ice can melt a little. I want to see you lift." Kirishima has just about shoved him over at this point. Midoriya fidgets, but he's pretty sure Todoroki will agree. That's the problem. He isn't sure if he's ready to have his hands all over his crush yet. He likes Todoroki a lot, which is exactly why he respects him too much to encroach on his personal space. Kirishima takes his awkward silence as a cue to rescue him. He beams at them and asks, Deku says he can lift a person up over his head and squat without using his quirk. And I don't believe him. I gotta see it. Either of you willing to get hoisted up into the air? Yaoyorozu smiled and shrugged. I wouldn't mind. No offense, Yaoyorozu, Kirishima says, but I kinda want Todoroki because he's heavier. Right, Todoroki? You gotta be around 70 kilograms. Up the challenge, if you will. I'm kind of offended that you don't think I weigh as much as him, Yaoyorozu laughs. But also complimented? So, what do you say, Todoroki? Midoriya asks. Todoroki looks at Yaoyorozu and shrugs. I trust Midoriya. Midoriya felt its heart skip a beat. Sweet! Kirishima fist pumps the air. So, do we? Yaoyorozu asks. Midoriya fights the blush on his cheeks and pulls Todoroki back up to his feet and instructs, try not to move too much, so stay straight. I'm going to grab your leg and your armpit, okay? Todoroki nods. Midoriya takes a breath, then turns to his side, getting a good hold of Todoroki before hoisting him up. The weight is more than he usually trains with, but Todoroki is nice and still, and Midoriya can think of no one else he'd rather be holding up, so he breathes in, taking a second to hold his friend up straight above his head before bending his knees down and back up. Yaoyorozu is laughing incredulously, and Kirishima is reacting with his whole body, jumping excitedly and punching the air. He clearly put on a good show, and since, he doesn't want to put Todoroki down yet, and since Kirishima's howling with joy, he does another squat, before nimbly switching his hands to bring his taller friend out of the air and into a bridle carry. Kirishima is actually crying a little bit as Midoriya looks over at him grinning. Bro, I told you I could lift, he says, laughter in his voice. It's exhilarating. It's such a good feeling too, and his arms and legs burn pleasantly with exertion. Todoroki is absolutely blushing red against his chest, his face tucked away against Midoriya's collarbone. Oh my god. Are you okay? Midoriya panics, unsure whether he should set down his friend / crush, or whether he should keep holding him. He does the latter, mostly because Todoroki's arms have wound around his neck, which is about when he hears Todoroki's soft, hiccupy laughter that he's trying to hide. Midoriya beams, a 1,000-watt smile flashing as he squeezes his friend closer. You're laughing! Kirishima slaps him on the shoulder, breathy. Oh, Midoriya, lift me next, lift me! Wait, the ice is melting, Yaoyorozu remarks, giggling herself. Return Todoroki to his duties, he's on the clock here. Midoriya carefully lets Todoroki's feet touch the ground, and it's common sense from there how they untangle. For a second, Midoriya's eyes catch Todoroki's, and they share a smile. Todoroki admits somewhat shyly, come back if you need to prove it again. Midoriya's about sure his face has become a tomato at this point, but he's a very happy tomato. Hey fishies, I hope you enjoy this new one-shot. This is a very sweet, it's a more classic beach episode trope in anime than the one we got on Canon, which is just them hanging out in the pool. I think just having that little bit of I don't know, it just felt nice. Just a lot, just a very wholesome one shot with lots of wholesome ideals behind it. But the real question is, do you lift, bro? Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Bye!